guys, welcome back to Vampyr. This is Stormx here, and this is the second episode. I told you guys I would start playing this game in like the second episode as soon as possible. And last you have known, I joined this brotherhood. So let's see what happens here.
We'll have a word in my office later, Jonathan. I'm sorry, Jonathan. Mr. Hampton needs me right now.
Come on, you bastard! You can do that! It's my turn!
Oh, you know.
Rotten or rusty, each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, dry it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite!
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. Me guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Oh shit, I'm gonna eat them. 500 XP. Blood quality indicates how much XP you will obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more XP you get. To drink blood of your prey, you need to memorize and delete out of sight from others. Your memorized level must be equal to citizens' resistance.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Oh. XP boost, but be aware that there will be consequences. Learning more about citizens and collecting their hints will increase the experience gained. Well, I don't know this dude, so I guess I'm gonna eat the hell out of it. Bye bye.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you.
You're already
Kill
dead.
you.
To taste a life. To embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden. Such a divine sin.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not one to make wait, Doctor. I've patient. Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
The sensitivity on this game is so...
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Finally, some civilization. What does it say? Dr. Reed. Nice, okay.
This must be
Kinda
the
like
place.
this.
It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Okay.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna do something real quick here. Sensitivity is... That's a little bit better. Defensive. Blood barrier. Duration 5 seconds. Range close. Medium. How much skills do I have? Blood spear. You throw a spear made of blood which can pass through enemies in front of you. That's so cool. Confirm it. Major district events. Every night the consequences of your actions may improve or degrade the district health status. It can also be degraded due to diseases spreading among citizens. Major district events. The more large you take, the unhealthier a district becomes. If a district's health status drops below the critical threshold, it will plunge into chaos. It is for you to decide of a district's fate. I like this place. Oh shit. I already did something to this place. But I like the Swansea.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
It's called an inner gate. For all.
Come on, I don't have a light.
Okay, I'm just gonna upgrade a little bit more because I can. It costs none. Never mind. Okay. Let's keep her going. Let's see what else I have.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Give it some water, man.
I don't want to make way to
That's a bit... I can let you use that. What the hell happened to you?
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Sorry. There's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital.
Oh no.
You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
This is gonna be like a Fallout vault or something. Okay, dear. Whoa, that was a lot. let's just see my map here. That was awesome. There's some more there. Hey boys. Come on, dude. Okay, so that was a bit tricky. They were high level. A photograph of a smiling and loving couple with a few words written on the back: Milton and Papa forever. Oh no. They were the children of... What is that? What's the tree? But... Ooh, blind. Come on, my man. Oh, you can dodge as well. I pressed space for that. That bitch. Okay. Need to keep her going. It's just the back entrance.
I cannot enter.
Ah, there it is. Ooh, there's something on search here. Ooh, check your surroundings. Can't identify stuff with this. Where the hell? What's this? Shillings. Okay, nice. Is there like a mini map? Oh, it's on top. Okay. So everything's on top. Ooh, here we go.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
So this is kind of giving me like you know, like that.
It's locked, all right.
That you're in Hotel Transylvania. Okay, need to get back.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Why would you want to go to the basement? Holy damn. Alright. Oh shit. No. Finish it. Oh, thank you. Almost died there. Gonna need to be more careful. Now I know what my blood is, sucking of the blood is used for. Into the basement. What the fuck? Am I going to fight other vampires? Sweet. Let's go. Oh shit. Let's go.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Get that in. Okay. Now I can do this. Don't sit down, please. Let me just get out of here. Double kill! That was epic. That was so epic. Oh.
It's locked, all right.
Okay, citizen investigations. You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it with access to your map to locate the area to explore. Midnight in a garden, good and evil. I'm not gonna do that.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report.
Oh, that's nice.
I'd better look into this.
Open chest, corner of the lips, damaged legs and arms first.
Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman.
Well, let's check the corner of the lips.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps?
He's got scabies.
The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Ooh, blood quality. Okay, I haven't seen him or haven't talked to him yet, so yeah, that would be my next objective.
It's locked.
Okay. Is there nothing I can use to... Oh, I just... Just walk slowly and fashion. I need to upgrade my damage. These things are getting a little bit... Tough about a minute, or I need to upgrade my defenses. John Doe! Bye-bye. Ow! I can do that too, you know. Okay, I'm gonna die. Yes!
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger.
I kinda don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Oh. Oh, I have to... There we go. I did it, I crafted treatment of fatigue. But first let me get some rest. Okay, let's check out some of the tactical blood. Big first, 20 plus per. Okay, I'm gonna upgrade my defensive first. Okay, and then I can do this. 600. I don't have enough for that. That's why I'm going to go to my health. Can't do that at my health as well. So first, bite. No, this is a bite. I need some damage. It's 200. 500 spring. Okay, I think that's all for now. sodium hypochlorite. I don't have it. Oh, I need sodium. I need that. Okay. Is there some items I can get? That's Dr. Tippett.
It's locked.
Okay, it's a lot of guys. Okay. So, come on, give me something here. I need hypochlorite. Sodium hypochlorite. That's all I'm asking for. Is this open? Nope. Hope it's not.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades.
Oh, you're just sick.
I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Oh.
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I want to tell you what I am.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you
Can I
describe
turn
them?
into a bat?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry.
No, you're just
These
sick.
people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
I want to tell us about.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I'm a bat as well. I want to tell us about. Okay, I need some sodium. Lach. You got some?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Oh, I found your photo of you.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
My sweet girl.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellie.
Oh man, come
As
on.
for me,
Just give me some
what a blundering idiot.
sodium hypochlorite. That's what I need.
The pain.
I cannot enter.
Your last thoughts would be, sir.
Oh, there's something there. Please, please, please. Hypochlorite.
It's locked.
Let me check the letter. Oh, wait, what can I do? Bamboozle. Okay, what am I supposed to do now? Let's sleep a little bit. What am I supposed to do now? I already did it. Safe place to rest. No. Main quest. What's my main quest? Let me just get out of the way of it then. What's in here? Craft the treatment for fatigue. Okay then, what do I need? Already did this. Sodium hypochlorite. Well done. Okay, so that's what I missed. I need more of that. That means I'm going to go back to that horrid place. Oh, why? Why do you hate me? Oh, you guys have no idea how many times I've done this now. Going in and out of that morgue. Oh, I hate that place. Let's just take it slow. This time I have to create the fatigue. Another one. Come on. There we go. Is it done? Bring the medicine to door of Ukraine in the patient's. Oh, is it this one?
It's locked,
Oh,
all right.
it's down here, okay. Oh, I want to get this out. Okay, so it's cute to mesmerize and all that stuff.
So many deaths.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Diseases decrease the blood quality of a citizen. Use the correct medicine to heal them. Speak to the patient in a room behind Dorothy to check his medical status. Alrighty.
Like a book.
Oh no, it's this dude.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the...
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
You always knew the words to calm the child. Will this shift never end?
Blood temptation. Remember, the citizen's blood will provide you a massive XP boost. Look for citizens for memorize level or below and choose wisely. Wait, isn't this Tippets?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed, yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I have nothing to say to you. The only thing you're going to have is something in my tea. Okay, Dr. Swansea's. Dude, shut up. Shut up. Where's Dr. Swansea? There we go.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Okay. Okay, well guys, I think this is the end of the second episode of Vampyr. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. As you can see, this is going really well. If you guys did enjoy this episode, please leave a like or comment or anything. Please consider subscribing and click that ring quotation or whatever, so that you might get my videos instantly. But yeah, I am Storm X and I'm saying bye bye.